Welcome back everyone. When building a Skyrim mod list, it's always tempting to install stunning graphics and fancy combat mods right from the start. However, you should really begin your journey with a few essential mods that will help stabilize and build a solid foundation so you can enjoy your Skyrim modding experience. And today, I want to show you a list of mods that I consider essential and everyone should install when building their own mod list. Now these won't be exciting or flashy to look at, just your standard bug fixes, optimizations and utility mods. First up is the mod that I always install first when starting a new mod list, called the Skyrim Script Extender, or just SKSE, simply because it's required by so many other mods, including half in this very video, making it essential for any large mod list. When you do install it, make sure you also have the right version for your Skyrim, and then launch the game through the SKSE application from now on. In fact, I recommend trying to launch Skyrim through SKSE just on its own to make sure everything is correct. Then we have a few mods that expand upon and provide modding resources to the SKSE framework that you should also install. These mods don't actively do anything to your game that you would notice, but instead just work in the background and are again required by many other mods. Rather than going through each one individually, I will list them all here for you to read and install at your leisure. This list includes the address library for SKSE plugins, powerofthree Papyrus Extender, Papyrus Utilities, JContainers, Recursion Monitor, and lastly Papyrus Tweaks NG, which also has an optional edit that I recommend. In the INI file, one of the experimental changes is called Speed Up Native Calls, which is disabled by default. Just edit this to true and you should notice a decent change in script performance. Next are some essential bug fixing mods. Bethesda games, by their very nature, can be a little buggy, but luckily for us, we have a bunch of mods that can help. And perhaps the most well known is the Unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch, which even after so many years is still an essential mod that resolves a large number of Skyrim bugs. Another classic is the SSE Engine Fixes mod, which patches several issues with the Skyrim engine and provides a configuration file with various options to enable or disable. And one I very much recommend enabling is the sleep wait time option, which will speed up the time it takes to sleep or wait. Another recommended change is the save game max size, which expands the maximum save game size and will help with longer playthroughs. Scrambled Bugs is another mod that fixes multiple bugs as well as adding some quality of life improvements. Again, several of these are disabled by default, so I recommend going into the configuration file and enabling the black soul gem and underfilled soul gems option, so soul gems will only trap the appropriate size soul. You should also read through the other options and enable the ones you like. In a similar vein is the powerofthree tweaks mod, which makes even more fixes and provides another configuration file where you can enable or disable tweaks to your liking. One that I like to enable is the silent sneak power attack, so you won't shout when power attacking and sneaking at the same time. Then we have a rather large collection of smaller bug fix mods that target a single bug in the game. Again, instead of going through each one individually, I will list them all here for you to install. First we have the sound fix for larger sector drives, Moon and Stars Sky Overhaul, Barter Limit Fix, Dual Casting Fix, NPC AI Process Position Fix, Animated Static Reload Fix, Aurora Fix, Equip Enchantment Fix, Sprint Sneak Movement Speed Fix, Zero Bounty Hostility Fix, and Media Keys Fix SKSE. You can install these all together and they shouldn't cause any issues. The next section is all about performance enhancing mods, starting with the classic SSE display tweaks, which will allow you to unlock your frame rate or set an FPS cap, change your game from full screen to bordered to windowed mode, change or scale your resolution, and a massive selection of other display settings. It also comes with an extensive configuration file where you can edit all of these settings to your liking, and is ultimately the best mod to get smoother Skyrim gameplay. SSE FPS Stabilizer is another great mod to get smooth gameplay that will edit your Skyrim INI files while you play Skyrim to keep you at your target FPS level. This does require you to have some knowledge of your Skyrim INI files, and I highly recommend reading the mod page first so you get a good idea of what this mod does and how you can utilize it to get better performance in game. This isn't a mod you should just install and forget about. Another mod loosely related to performance is called Crash Logger. This mod will create a log when your game crashes and help point you in the direction of the mod that's causing the issue. Having Skyrim crash over and over again can be a very frustrating experience, so anything that can help in this regard is an essential mod in my opinion. Next, I want to mention a few gameplay related mods that I find essential for every mod list I begin. First is an alternative start mod. Now there are a few really good alternate start mods out there, and they all allow you to skip the Skyrim tutorial so you don't have to sprint through Helgen over and over again every time you begin a new game. For those interested, I personally use Skyrim Unbound Reborn, but I will link several alternate start mods down in the description so you can pick and choose exactly what you like. Then we have two very similar mods called Spell Perk Item Distributor and Keyword Item Distributor. Both of these allow you or other mod authors to distribute spells, perks or keywords to different objects or NPCs throughout the world of Skyrim, so you can enjoy a more varied gameplay experience, and I consider these essential simply due to the amount of other mods that require either one of these two, and I recommend installing right from the start. Now before we finish, I just have a quick tip for beginners. When installing mods, only install 5 to 10 at a time, then start up the game and see if everything is working properly. Because if you install 50 or over 100 mods all in one go and the game crashes, it's much harder to identify the issue compared to when you know it must be one of these few mods that is causing an issue. It will make your life much easier. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found a good selection of essential mods to install. Otherwise, I will catch you again next time, and remember to enjoy your Skyrim modding journey.